All right, guys. Today we are coming with you with a DC video, and it's about Raven. Everyone's favorite goth girl. Yeah, right. So we're gonna be going over why I think she's just kind of loser, kind of a fraud. Kind of like really weak. I don't think she's like a really strong Titan. Maybe like not even top 10, to be honest with you. But yeah, we'll be going over it. But I guess we'll like start with the basics now. Well, people will say, well, she's defeated Trigon. How can she be weak? Trigon was gonna take over the world and all this and that, right? Now, that's like such a misconception because if you read the original Teen Titans run, you'll see that she's just never above him, like at any point besides like an amp. But we'll go over one. We'll go over like four instances real quick. So once like the first thing, she's just like she needs her mom's power to stop Trigon. Like she's begging her to like help her because she's like, oh, if I go back without you, like we're all fucked. Like I need your strength. I need your help to defeat her. Basically, like she thinks that she's the only one that can defeat Trigon, which is her mom, right? So again, like that doesn't really work for someone who's above him. The second thing, Trigon just prevents her from telling the truth, like outright. Like she just says, your powers prevented me from telling the truth, the whole truth. And so it's like she's just like limited to what Trigon says. Like, oh yeah, you can't tell the truth, bro. Yeah, you're like you're doing what I say. It's kind of crazy. But another thing is Raven, the Titans, and her mom, like all together, just only weaken Trigon. Like, don't even defeat him outright. They just have to weaken him and push him out of the universe. It's kind of crazy once you consider that Raven on her own is supposed to be this strong. So I don't see the Trigon level there either. The last thing is she like gets restrained and overpowered to the point where she needs to send out her soul self for the Titans to help her by a demon Trigon one shots. Like that is crazy. Like you see, I think you already see the idea here, but yeah, it's just like she doesn't scale to him. Or clearly, she's getting beat by like random people, like a demon that a Trigon just beats up. Like again. Okay, so moving on past that, I'm gonna go over her soul self. Her soul self, like a little raven, like shadow thing that goes over your opponent. And like covers with like emotions and shit. Yeah, so this move is just like really useless. Like throughout the entirety of Post Crisis, it just doesn't seem to work on anyone like actually notable. It doesn't work on Supergirl. This is like early Post Crisis Supergirl, like issue 2. Supergirl issue 3. Is she Kara breaks out of it and then Raven's just stunned on the ground. Like she's just like on the ground, like just bend it down, bro. Yeah, like it's just a bad showing. The next person is Persuader. Like this and Persuader is like this Legion villain that back in the day that could like give him trouble, but it's like he's just like not like a top tier though. It's kind of a guy, but yeah, he just like cuts through her soul self with his like axe, and like her soul self didn't even seem to affect him. Like when it hit him, it didn't even seem to affect him, regardless. So it's like he was resistant to the soul self, and he just cut through it like it was butter. Like, and she just like says, it cut right through my soul self. Like literally, it's just like she's just feeling the pain too. It's like, oh my god, like bro, like get a grip. Going to the next part, Black Adam in World of War issue 3, and the Teen Titans issue was Teen Titans 2003, number 16. In World War 3 issue 3, Raven and a few other Titans pull up, and they try to stop him or like like stop his rampage. But once she like gets the soul stuff on him, he just cuts through it like again. It's just someone else cuts through the soul self. Like, what is the point of this? Is it like a blanket? Like, is it like a piece of cloth? Because that's apparently what they're doing with it. But moving on. They're like random zombies of like the like previous Titans that have died. And in this context, I'm going to assume that they have no soul, which is why the soul self doesn't work. But the soul self not working is like still pushing the fact that it's like kind of useless. Like why even use it at this point? Just there for looking pretty, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's just like, oh, my soul self is having no effect. This is also Teen Titans issue 31, by the way. But yeah. And issue 31 just doesn't work. Moving on to issue 37, like this agent of the Lords of Chaos, this guy named Kestrel, he just like cuts through her soul self like butter, and it's just like he like takes it. He like takes it as his own. Like he just like uses that power and he just keeps it. So well, it doesn't. He doesn't even like keep it, but he like captures her soul self, and she's like he like threatens to molest it, which is like it's kind of crazy, right? It's like whoa. It's like damn. Like, yeah, the soul self's just getting molested now, which is like this is not supposed to be happening to the strongest Titan, I would think. But yeah, the strongest Titan just gets like, well, strongest Titan. I'm gonna put that in quotes, but he gets chained, he gets threatened to be molested. It's not looking good for Raven here, but yeah. Moving on. Okay, so the final thing is in issue 25, Lex Luthor pulls up on the Titans and he fights like Starfire, Beast Boy, and like a few others. He one-shot Starfire and Beast Boy, but Raven pulls up and you obviously see her soul self like popping out. Yeah, in this issue, she used her soul self. Obviously, Lex Luthor doesn't seem affected by it. Like it's coming right at him, and he's just like standing there, kind of like chilling. I'm just gonna like tell you right now, nothing happens here. Lex Luthor shows up later on, like by himself. So it seems like Raven didn't do anything to him either. I would think they would show it like obviously doing some damage if it did, but yeah, Raven just doesn't do anything here with the soul self. So Lex Luthor's like war armor is just too much for the soul self, bro. The power of Raven is just too weak. Yeah. So yeah, a man and a machine just like kind of resisted it, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So you get the idea. She uses it on people that resist it like badly. So yeah, she just doesn't have this working with anyone like actually notable. She uses it way less in Rebirth actually, because I would think that yeah, she just realized how bad this move was. Like she knew this shit wasn't working anymore. Like damn. Now for being impressive, like I'm just gonna say this, for the entirety of 2003, like post-crisis, like this Teen Titans run, I'm going to be honest, she's just like Raven herself just doesn't do anything significant or like power-wise that would, push her like, oh, she beats Starfire, she beats, blah blah blah, like super powerful guy. Like she doesn't have any of those showings throughout 100 issues. And you would think, oh well, maybe the other Titans like have a similar like a similar thing going for him, but no. Bart, Kid Flash, Impulse, whatever you want to call him, Superboy, Connor Kent, whatever, and Wonder Girl. Like these are new people, new recruits, and they actually outperform Raven like easily in the run. And the funny thing is that Bart and Connor die like around like issue 20. Like issue 20, like Connor is dead. And then like around issues 20, Bart just leaves the team. Like he's not on the team anymore. Yeah, he like, and then he eventually dies, So yeah, so I'm gonna go over like every instance that these three people do that's like more impressive than Raven throughout this entire 100 issue comic. I'll just start with all three of them at the same time. So Beast Boy, a veteran Teen Titan, he's been with Raven for years, multiple teams with Starfire, Dick, and whatever, right? He just says that Superboy and Wonder Girl are the real powerhouses of the team. And keep in mind, Raven is on this team. She's like still in the story. So she's not gone or anything. And he's just saying this outright, which is kind of crazy. This is issue 96, by the way. Raven is just inferior to Connor, Wonder Girl. Wonder Girl in issue 40 beats up this girl called Bombshell. I'm gonna give you a quick summarization. Bombshell is just this girl with like quantum powers like Captain Atom, the silver skin. That's why she has like silver skin. But yeah, basically, yeah. She like beats her up, and this is the same Bombshell that beat up Miss Martian, Cyborg beforehand, like before she like even reached like Wonder Girl. In issue 40, she took out Cyborg, Miss Martian, and Robin, the strongest Teen Titan, So that's pretty impressive. It's again a more better showing than what Raven has done in these 100 issues. Like she doesn't fight anyone like Bombshell. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't have a statement like this for like how strong she is, like Beast Boy, like what Beast Boy said. Raven has zero. Nada. She has no statement like that, which is really crazy for a 100 issue spread, by the way. But continuing on. So Cassie could fight the earthly embodiment of Ares, whose dog could like fight off Blue Beetle and Bombshell. That same person that beat Miss Martian and like Cyborg earlier. Yeah. His dog was just like shrugging off attacks from those two. And it's like, that's like way more impressive, obviously, than like what Raven has done. Again, like Raven only contributes by teleporting and minor things. Like those are like whatever. But when it comes to power, she just has nothing, like zero. She fights off the Earthling embodiment varies, and she actually beats him. She actually beats him. So yeah, that's just a better showing than what Raven has done, obviously. Yeah. So moving on, Kid Flash Impulse. He was able to temporarily knock out this guy called Holocaust, and crazy name for a villain, but yeah. The same Holocaust could one-shot Bombshell and Aqua Girl in like one blast. It's like pretty crazy, right? Also, the same Holocaust, like Blue Beetle, Miss Martian, and Beast Boy pull up, and Miss Martian gets beat up alongside Blue Beetle and Beast Boy. And she was explicitly going all out for this too. Like for mental attack, she was like going all the way out. And she just got one shotted by this dude. So yeah, it's just he was a team buster. And like even when Superboy pulled up, he was like having trouble too. So it's like, yeah, you kind of get the idea that he's just like kind of a big dog and Bart could like at least take him down for a bit before he got back up. Like that's still more impressive than what Raven has done again. And it's also funny because in that same issue where they're all fighting Holocaust, Miss Martian just one shots Raven with her mental attacks. It's like it did it. She was knocked out for the rest of that story. So there's that. Okay, so yeah, the point is just like these three recruits, these three rookies, Connor, Cassie, and Bart Allen, who just joined the team, just have better showings in that same exact run where Raven doesn't do anything. And it's kind of crazy because again, Superboy and Bart were dead for a good amount of the run. So they have less appearances and Raven still doesn't do anything. That is just insane. That is insane. Like, bro, she's contributing nothing. But yeah, but anyway, I want to see like what's impressive about Raven. Like Raven doesn't have power like that. It's just kind of true. She's just like more of an emotional support. And even then, sometimes she just loses in that battle too. Like if you have too much hate, you'll probably overwhelm Raven, even as a kid. Like damn. If you're a kid throwing a tantrum, you'll probably be able to knock out Raven to like a good like 60% chance. Like it's just kind of ridiculous. So I don't get the hype around this character when she just constantly loses. And let's say she got like one good feat in the entirety of post crisis, but she went 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 across the board for an entire 100 series, bro. 100 issue series. It's just like pack it up, bro. Raven's done, bro. Like get it out of here. Okay, one more thing. People try to argue, well, Raven has her demon side, and you don't want her demon side to come out because that's when she's serious. That's when she's really powerful. But I don't know. That's kind of weird when she's like amped by Trigon's power in that form versus her normal self. So that's still not helping the case that she even like scales the Trigon or even like is strong without Trigon's power. Again, like it just seems she has to be amped by him in some way to be strong, or like any other source of like amplifier. So yeah, it just makes her look worse. Like she's a literal fake demon, bro. It's like, what does she do without Trigon? What can she do without Trigon? Like, is she just useless without her mother or Trigon? Because she needed her mother to help fight Trigon. She needed her father to help her like do anything, I guess. So she needs her mother and father. Like literally, she's just a child. She's still a child in an adult form, bro. Like this is crazy. Like what the fuck? It's kind of getting ridiculous because it's like, what does Raven lean on that can really help her? We know the Trigon scaling isn't valid. We know her demon side is an amp. And we know her normal self is teleportation, like support. She's like a support role in the game, bro. She like heals and like does minor things, bro. But she doesn't like do anything herself. So maybe I'm missing something in these like 100 issues. Maybe I'm like missing a secret issue. Like there's a secret issue in between where she like does something. But yeah, just like nothing here is Raven, bro. It's like there was nothing to say, but hey, I made this video. Shit. So yeah, the question at the end of the day, what does Raven do? What does she do? Does she emotionally support someone really strong, or does she actually do something? Is she the jobber of the Titans, or is she like an actual powerhouse? Like, does she like actually fight someone impressive, or does she just fight like fucking I don't know, someone like Gizmo, or does she like fight someone like, I don't know, Superman, super anything, bro, super anything. Like, give her something, like something, bro.